La Masia, the Barcelona Academy, is so highly thought of internationally. How old were you when you signed, when you joined there?
Barcelona?
Yeah.
8.
You were 8?
Yeah.
Did you ever live there?
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay.
My last year before going to
15
Arsenal.
or something?
15, correct.
Okay. What's that like? I guess from the outside, you never know what that must be like. Are you totally free? Do you feel unsupervised? Like, how does that go? What's life like?
You see, this is a question that not a lot of people ask, but it's super interesting. Because for me, when between 8 and 14, 15 years old, I was living with my parents in my hometown, and I used to go up and down with a taxi. The school finishes at 5. There was a taxi waiting for me straight away. My parents always told me, if you don't have good grades, then you cannot play football. So this is something that was very clear in my family since early age. And I managed to do that. It was tough, because I remember going to sleep at 2 or 3 a.m., 4 a.m., because the exams were getting higher and higher, more difficult. Until at 14, 15, I saw that it was not possible to compete with the demands of the coaches, of being at Barcelona, because at Barcelona you are playing for your future every year. You don't have a big contract or a higher contract until you are 16, but then you can sign, let's say, a more professional contract. After that, you are fighting for your future every year. At the end of the year, they will tell you, you continue or you don't continue, you know? So if you don't do well on the pitch, you don't perform, you're out. And this is the pressure that you have to live with since a very young age, plus the pressure that you have daily with your parents about being good at school, having good behaviors, etc., etc. So I have to say that my experience changed a lot to a negative way, in the sense that I went there, and after having 7 years of discipline, no time for anything, to be living with your friends, I said, wow, I used to work so hard. Now here it's so easy. And I regressed. I didn't have good grades.
Oh, wow.
I started to behave, and I did something in school, for example, that I was not really, really proud of. And I kind of changed, you know, because everything became too easy. I felt maybe, oh, now I made it, or whatever it is. And it was a hit of reality at the end of the season. Arsenal came knocking. They offered me something pretty special as well at the time. I went to London, I met with Arsene, I met with Steve Rowley, with David Dean, and they convinced me that this was the best project for me to continue my life. My mom was so happy. Because,
oh, really?
Yeah, because she saw that I was, something changed in me, something happened, and I can learn English, I can compete. Arsenal were growing and growing under Arsene, you know, so much. So in the end, took the right decision. Now we can say that.
Obviously, Lionel Messi is one of the names that everybody talks about, who was a product of the academy. You came through kind of around the same time. Were you there before him, or did he come in after you?
He came at 12. I was there 2 or 3 years before him.
Okay. Do you remember when he first arrived, and did he make an immediate impact in terms of everybody knowing this is kind of that once-in-a-generation type player, or did that come with time?
Yeah, no, straight away. I remember the first day he came, because he sat right next to me, and they told us that there is this boy coming from Argentina making a trial, and he'll be with us for a couple of weeks. But yeah, he had immediate impact, because he didn't speak a word. He was super shy. He sat down. We were a good group, I have to say, in that generation. And after that, on the pitch, he started talking straight away, very, very fast. I always tell that story, that there was 1-against-1 situations, and at the beginning of the training. And I was quite good defending 1-against-1 at that age. After, when I grew up, not so much. But when he was facing me, you see a small boy, because he was really, really tiny. He came straight up to me, and straight away, with the speed that he came at me and the control of the ball, you definitely, at the beginning, the first second, you said, wait, this guy, something is wrong, because normally you take a touch, it's a bit heavier, or you take it with the right, and you know straight away what he's trying to do. With him, he had the ball stuck to his feet. He was coming at a speed that is not normal. And then straight away, I fell on the floor. I tried. He did the typical feint that he goes to the right and he goes to the left. I went on the floor. And since that moment, I started to say, hold on a second, this guy could be special. And after that, of course, you know, because he was not so big, some players, some opponents were taking him on the floor a little bit. Sometimes I remember one day, after 20 minutes, he scored 3 goals. They started smashing him on the floor, and then the coach changed him. Things like this used to happen, but then after at 15, 16, he kind of grew up. He made himself really, really strong, and that was when Leo started to be a proper machine, because he was unstoppable. Before, because of his physique, you could put him on the floor, you could punish him, you know, in a way. Then when he got stronger on his legs, there was no way back.
If we talk about you moving to Barcelona, which you did at the end of your time of Arsenal, I guess you moved back to the club, which is your childhood club, the club that formed you. It's the club that your family had supported for generations, the region that you had grown up in. It had to feel like such an idealized situation in some ways. How do you look back at that Barcelona time? Is it bittersweet?
You mean after in the first team when I came back, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Listen, that was my dream, to play for Barcelona. If it was the right time in that moment to come or not, because I still think that I would have gone back to Barcelona either way, if it was that moment or before that they already tried, or after. It was about choosing the right time. You know, I believe a lot in timing in life. And listen, we will never know if that was the best time or not. But what I do know is that I felt that with the team that they had and my ambition, I wanted to prove myself at the biggest stage with the biggest players and the better players in the world, you know. And that was difficult in a way. I don't like to use the word difficult, but it was challenging because all of a sudden, from being the Arsenal captain and playing every single game, and you know the fans singing my name and being
a favorite,
treated really like so nice. I mean, so nice. I don't think I've ever been treated even better than those years. Competing against Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Leo. Then there were other players like Thiago Alcántara or Pedrito, Alexis Sanchez, which were other type of roles. But you know, I wanted to do it just for my own self, to say, okay, I've done it here, I won the World Cup here, I proved myself here. Can I now do it against the best players in the world? After that, it was my generation, because Piqué and Leo, we played together since we are 12, with Gerard since I'm 9, etc. So there was a little bit of something inside as well. I had won the Euros and the World Cup with Xavi, with Busquets, with Iniesta, with Puyol, which were friends of mine. And it was a big challenge that I wanted to try. It was right, wrong, I don't know. But it was a dream come true, and for me, that's good enough.
I like that. I read that I think your first game at the Camp Nou was with 9 months old with your grandfather. So did you get to have a moment wearing the shirt where you saw your family in the stands? Was there like a cool moment for you where it kind of felt like you had come full circle and you got to give them this gift of seeing one of their family members in the shirt?
I don't know if we can call it full circle, because the way I think, there is always more. There is always a better way. So I'm never satisfied with anything. This is a weak thing or a good thing that I have, but I'm never satisfied.
Both, maybe, yeah.
Ever. So, but it's true that I remember that moment when I had the presentation at the Camp Nou with Barcelona, my first day. After we passed the medical, we did the presentation, and there were 35,000 people at the stadium. In the second row, basically, it was all full, the stadium. And then on the first row behind the bench, there was my whole family, like 50, 60 people. And seeing my parents, my grandparents, my sister, my uncle, my aunt, everyone around there. It was a moment of proudness, because we were all Barcelona fans since forever, like you said before. And it was a moment of, okay, we're here now, ready for action, you know, but very beautiful moment to see all my family there.